how to be more confident as a real estate agent. What does confidence mean to you? You know, I could tell you. To me, confidence means that when I step into a room with a client, I am not worried about anything. My palms are not sweating like they used to. Hi, I'm Paul R. Atkinson, your professional coach. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can be more confident as a real estate agent. You know, confidence is one of the key things and key elements that I use in my real estate practice and my sales practice for more than 29 years. I remember when I first started, I was a little shaky. My palms were sweaty. It was not good. I didn't like that feeling. I did things that wouldn't make me confident, and I didn't even realize it. But in this video, I'm going to show you just what you need to do. There's 3 things that you could do that will always let you feel so confident in every presentation. Before we get started, remember, in the description of this video, click on the link that's going to help you to be successful in your own real estate practice. And not only that, but remember, give this video a thumbs up and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel because I bring you more and more information every single week. So let's talk about it. How can you be more confident as a real estate agent? I told you what confident means to me. What does it mean to you? Ask yourself that. When someone asks me, hey, Paul, well, how can you be more confident? I first have to ask myself, well, what the heck is that? What does that mean? It means to me that I'm very comfortable. When I get in front of a buyer, when I get in front of a seller, I'm not worried about anything. In my mind, I'm thinking, they need me. How did I get there? Because I followed these 3 things that I'm about to show you. But let's talk a little bit more about being confident. To move a sale forward, you need to be confident because it requires your ability to sell and your ability to use your selling skills inside of your performance in your presentation with any client. You have to show them that they can believe in you. They can trust you. They could start to like you and make that connection. And it kind of like rubs off when you're like overconfident, like when you're compellingly confident, when you're like at that level where there's not one worry in the world. It just, have you ever been into a meeting where you're meeting with somebody, whether it's to buy a car, to buy a life insurance policy, to buy, I don't know, buy something that's very big, buy a house, right? And when you meet with that person, they're just everything about them just make you feel like this good feeling. That to me is what confidence is. And you need to have that and possess it. You can't be a little shaky and shifty and looking around and sweaty and all of that. No, no, no. You've got to stand tall. And I'm going to show you just how to do that. Another thing that confidence does for me is it allows me to close the deal very easily. It's part of my selling technique. It allows me to close that deal very easily. And not only that, but it allows me to get even repeat business. Because once that person, buyer, seller, interacts with me at my confident level in the business, they tend to remember who I am. And they always think of me first when anybody talks to them about buying or selling real estate. So you see, confidence is very, very important. If you've never thought about it before, well, I'm glad that you're watching this video. Now think about it. So here are the 3 things that you can do to increase your confidence as a real estate agent. Number 1, you want to think about how you dress. You can't come to the marketplace. You cannot step in your arena, in your presentation room. You cannot get on stage when you're going to present yourself to a buyer or seller and not look appropriate. I mean, this is one of my favorite outfits. I like this blue. I really like. So if I'm going to a listing appointment, I may very well put this one on. Or if I'm going to meet with a very nice buyer, yeah, in the office or wherever, this is an example of how you should be looking. Good haircut, groomed. There's nothing wrinkled here. Everything is smooth, dressed to impress. I feel amazing because I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, Dag, you look amazing. So confidence can come from how you look. I promise you. Try it on for size. Number 2 is for you to know your product. In order for you to feel confident, you definitely need to be able to answer a question. And if you don't know the answer, you actually can say, hey, you know what? I've never thought of that. No one have ever really brought that up. I really don't see how this comes into play, but you know what? Because I've thought about everything. You need to be very, very knowledgeable about your product. How do you become knowledgeable of your product? Well, one of the things I do is, I remember even when I started in real estate, 2003, I drove around town. I was driving around my marketplace. I was learning what the products were in my single family home, townhome, villas, land, what type of land. I went to the city. I went to the zoning board and I talked to them and I asked them, what's going on in the city? You know, you can go to the zoning board and meet with these people and they could tell you what's the underlying land use versus a current zoning. These things are so important. They could tell you the future projections of the city. I went and I just searched out. So you need to know your knowledge on the product itself, whatever it is that you're selling. If you're going to list a house with a seller, I think you better take some time, make sure you know that community. You know what it is, the history of that house. Know your product. And then let's say you're on the spot. You're inside of a house. Well, walk around and identify open plan. Act as if you know that product. Oh, this is the open plan. Oh yeah, that's marble floor over there. I know that's marble floor. That's crown molding. So you gotta watch HGTV, learn these concepts, enjoy it, have some popcorn and learn it. It's very important that you know that number 2, in order for you to build your confidence, is for you to have product knowledge. Number 1 was for you to dress professionally and feel confident about the way you dress. And number 2 is for you to have product knowledge. Whatever you're selling, know it. Very important. Number 3 is for you to be able to be present in the moment. When you're doing your presentation with that buyer, seller, that client, you need to be present. You can't be distracted. There's no way you have to have strong, very good body language in a sense that it involves selling skills. And in my book, The 5 Steps to the Sale, we talk about these techniques that you can use to connect with someone. There's 3 of them. You can connect with a person because connection is the key to closing the deal. You can connect with someone by using psychological reciprocity. And that's where you give them credit for their beliefs and they give you credit for yours. And then you can use the mirroring technique. Well, you do what they do. And you can use the association technique. Those are the 3 things. But you got to be present. And why do you need to be present? Well, in the 5 steps to the sale, step 1 is conversation. And in the description, remember, click on that link and you'll see my book. This selling system that I've used for more than 29 years allowed me to close more than 99% of my presentations like consistently. I'm just constantly like getting people to say yes, 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 yes. Because there's a systematic approach in which I use to get people to move forward in their sales process. And you could do the same too. Click on the link in the description. But number 3 in building confidence is for you to be present. Remember that. What does being present mean? It means that you're listening to that client. And remember that you are responsible. When you want to persuade or influence someone, you are responsible for sending and receiving information. So what you're putting out there, you've got to check with your brain and say, hey, am I getting back what I'm putting out? Am I listening to what they're saying? And you got to demonstrate to them, so you can build trust with them, that you know what they're saying. So you got to be present. But listen, don't worry. I know this kind of seems a little bit like, this is a lot to take in. It's okay. Just 3 things that I want to tell you to build your confidence Number one, remember, dress well. You should feel good about it. No wrinkle clothes, good haircut, well groomed, dress well. Number two is for you to have product knowledge. You should be knowledgeable of your product, whatever it is. And then number three is for you to be present in the moment and don't be sidetracked. Don't be looking at your phone or anything else, and keep eye contact and get them to like you and to listen to you. Hey, listen, I've got to run. Until next time, let's go get them, Tiger. Remember, watch the more videos that we have on this channel. I'll see you real soon.